With preliminary mayoral elections right around the corner, the city of Marlborough is getting ready for voters to hit the polls. The first order of business for the city clerk's office is testing out those ballot machines to make sure they're ready to go on October 8th.
We're required in Massachusetts general law to test all of the AccuVote machines, which we use on election day, prior to the election, to make sure that they're working and that the ballots run through okay. And so you'll see that they're running a test deck of ballots through each of the machines, testing 2 cards to prepare for the election that's coming up on Tuesday, October 8th.
Outside of the city clerk's office, mayoral candidates addressed voters in a debate on Wednesday evening. The evening kicked off with each candidate speaking to their top 3 priorities should they be elected.
Finishing up the elementary school, getting in on time and on the budget. We're substantially in the budget now, and we want to keep it that way. We need to move the library project forward. We should be starting that in the next couple of months. And then find a location and get the plans and the bids out for the West Side Fire Station. Some of the other things is holding our fiscal constraints on our spending, which has allowed us to receive a AAA bond rating in the city for the first time in its history.
Following the incumbent mayor Arthur Vigent, Keith St. John spoke to his top 3 concerns.
I'd like to do a survey of the city streets, find out where leaking water mains are, so that rather than resurfacing roads, which we can get a lot of miles done, but they crack up more frequently than a Boston team wins a championship. So I'd like to find the underlying leaks. That'll protect the road beds in the long run. I'd also like to see Marlborough go more green. It's only a matter of time before the Commonwealth and its quest to get to a zero emissions standard is going to require banning of plastics or implementing of solar panels or moving away from hydrocarbons in various forms. And I think if we start moving in that direction now, we can set the trend in the Commonwealth rather than following orders when they come down to us. I'd also like to see downtown get revitalized. There's a great many buildings that could be rehabbed and rehabilitated to bring more business in.
And after St. John, Dave Garceau offered his 3 priorities.
And there's number 1, the resurrection of the water system that we have in the city of Marlborough. Second priority is green space, and I think most evident is the most recent construction project we've had in the city, which is the elementary school, which is located down next to the high school. Seems like we don't have a selection of land that we can really pull from, and I think we need to do more planning for the future. My third priority is going to be for senior housing.
Kerrigan says in a perfect world, he'd like to see a 100% turnout from voters in the city of Marlborough. Yet, based on research from the last preliminary election in 2015, the predicted turnout he expects is quite a bit lower.
In looking at preliminary elections in general, we look at about a 10% turnout. I mean, so if we get 10 or 12% turnout, that would be wonderful.
Wondering when and where you can cast your vote? Well, right here at the City Hall between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. on October 8th, you can cast your vote. In Marlborough, Emmeline Anderson, WMCT News.